clearly you believe it is a war. And if so, who's winning?
I think it's an important distinction. We talk about cyber war, but the cyber is an instrument of war. We have a war. The tool that is used for the war now is cybersecurity. In World War I, we had a war, and it was machine guns and trench war. In World War II, we had a war that escalated to atomic weapon. This war is escalating to cybersecurity. But I think people are a bit confused. We're talking about a war. Cyber attacks are the new weapon of mass destruction. But it's not the cyber itself that is the issue. The cyber is just the instrument. I mean, if you wouldn't have a war and confrontation with other nations, nobody will deploy cyber war. Cyber war is a weapon. A cyber war, that's like calling the atomic war or the hydrogen war. It's the cyber, it's a tactic, it's a weapon. It's not a war by itself. The war, we have a war. And we don't want to say that we have a war, and we don't want to admit that we have a war, but we have a war. And the instrument used in the war is technology, cybersecurity as we call it, cyber war as we call it. But let's just define it. We have a war. We have a war going on, and the instrument used in this war is technology. But people don't like to address the simple fact is that we have a war. And people, for some reason, get locked on the cybersecurity, the cyber war. But first of all, we have a war. That's like saying World War II was a blitzkrieg warfare the Germans started, which we ended up with atomic war. But we never defined the Second World War II as the Blitz War or the atomic war. These were the instruments of war. This is a war. We have a war going on, and instead of using missiles or rockets, we're using technology. But we have a war. And if we didn't have a war, then we wouldn't have a cyber war.